I want every single trader to keep their eyes on this level, because what we understood here from Tuesday the 7th is that this was an area of supply. All right, so one thing I like to do in trading, and I think it's one of the most powerful things, if you have a successful level, keep that level on your chart and anticipate the next day to also give you a trade at that region. So that's important. So now, if you just take a look at this, so my pre-market plan for Wednesday was relatively straightforward, right? So on Wednesday, this was Wednesday now. So on Wednesday, we had a key level here. You can ignore this key level. I wasn't trading here. This was key level 1 and key level 2. So what I'm saying to traders is, basically, if we can break above 1, I'm going to be targeting 2. Now, when we get to level 2, key level 2, right, which is what we've just been going over, this here is key level 2. Now, when we get to key level 2, I wasn't really trading here. Now, why wasn't I trading here? Well, let me break it down to you. So realistically, this is our structure high, structure low. We had a bit of a high here, we had a low down here. So our dealing range was actually like this. This was our rough dealing range. Now, a quick tip, if you're someone who gets chopped out in these markets, it's often because you're trading near the 50% area, near the equilibrium, right? So you want to be, even though I'm going to break the rules slightly, you want to be buying in premium. Sorry, you want to be selling in premium, buying in discount. What that means is when you're near the equilibrium, you don't touch the markets at all. Another reason I didn't touch the markets is because of the weekly opening price. Look at how close we are to the weekly opening price. When you're at the weekly opening price, you want to see that as a no trade zone, because from there the market could go up or down, and it's not our job to predict that. We only want to be buying below and selling above, unless you come into a flip zone, which is what I'm going to be breaking down now. So Wednesday's trade was essentially a flip zone, right? A bit more complex, but it's the same concept as Tuesday, just flipped on its head. So now when we go to Wednesday, the 8th of October, we had the same level playing out in reverse. So on Tuesday, we had a supply zone, right? A massive supply zone because the market, sold off heavily. Now, when we come into this same area here, so this is now 10, probably 11 to 11:30 Eastern. When we come into this area now, right, you want to ask yourself, there's only two things that can happen at a level. We can either break below or we can break above. The reason I keep it to two simple things is that if you know you can either buy or sell, the chance of you making mistakes theoretically should go down. The reason it should go down is because you only have two buttons to press, and therefore you only have, I guess, one objective, which is to see who is in control between the buyers and the sellers. It's a lot easier to do that when you define your key level like we've just done. It's also easier to buy and sell when you know who's in control between the buyers and the sellers. And this is important to understand, right? This is basic logic, I think, but a lot of traders kind of get this wrong. So when we come into this level, we know it's an area of supply. We know that, right? So now from here, how do we capitalize on this? So I actually took a